Well, sometimes you have a fighter that some people say it's most avoided. The boogeyman of the division, right? Once in a while you get those. There's mystique behind the legendary power, destructiveness, the relentlessness of a fighter, which causes avoidance, right? Causes guys not to want to go fight this fighter, right? Because there's so much to lose and nothing to gain. That's usually what we call now in the last few years the boogeyman of divisions. And then on the flip side, you have a fighter that once held that title, once held to be the boogeyman, and has reached certain heights, has reached championship levels and status as champion. And then they fall from grace, right? They fall from grace and they're looking for redemption. And sometimes the new boogeyman is on a collision course with the old boogeyman. In this case, we're talking about SUBRIEL MATIAS and REGIS PROGRAIS. Let's talk about that. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Eminent the Artist. If you're new here, please like and subscribe. Comment down below. We talk boxing here. Now listen, I'm gonna play two clips for you, right? Both with Regis Prograis being interviewed, one by Fight Hype and one by Mill City Boxing. Shout out to both outlets. They're doing great. Obviously, Fight Hype we all know, and Mill City's up and coming. They're doing their thing, so shout out to them for getting this interview also. Now, in these two clips, you're gonna hear Regis Prograis talk about how he wants Matias next, right? But there's one clip in the Mill City interview where I'm gonna start believing you guys when you tell me that nobody wants to really fight Suriel. And then once you hear the clips, I'm gonna break that down. So here's the first clip with Fight Hype.
Want to shift gears real quick because I know you said you're in Vegas, and everybody knows there's a ton of great work in Vegas. Working with guys that are like pure boxers and use a lot of foot speed and stuff like that. But there is a guy that wants to fight you that doesn't really use any of that type of stuff, and he's gonna be in your face all night, and that's obviously Matias. And it's
And guess what?
Mhm.
I want that fight. That's the
Mhm.
fight I want. I think I put something on Twitter a while ago. I was like, man, either late 2024 or 2025, I want to fight Matias. The fight to make, we both will match him. So, I feel like I'll probably get one or two fights and then go for Matias. I mean, the thing is, I don't think he fought nobody like me. He's never fought. You gotta realize, bro, what kind of all the people he's been beating is like C-level opponents.
Mhm.
You can't say he's fought any A or B level opponent yet. Like yeah, he's don't get me wrong, he's dangerous. He's definitely doing his thing. But these guys he's fighting, I think and it's a good job. They're trying to make him out to be this boogeyman, but I don't buy it. I don't buy that he's just this boogeyman and stuff like that. I mean, for me, you gotta just ask like what high level fighter did he fight?
Mhm.
None. He literally he didn't fight any high level fighters yet. He stopped everybody. He's supposed to stop all these guys. They're not high level fighters, but it's gonna be a difference when you get out with a high level guy. So I don't buy it. Everybody's saying he this boogeyman to me, and I'm gonna show people. I'm gonna show y'all who the real boogeyman is, and I'll be a 3-time champion. That's what I'm gonna do.
Now you heard what he said there. He said he wants that fight, and then of course he goes about, other things, but basically he wants that fight. He doesn't think he's the boogeyman. He doesn't think he has anyone on his resume. He doesn't think that he's fought anyone of note. Blah blah blah. Right. So okay, good. Right. So we're here. We're saying okay. I want one fight. I get it. You kind of got whitewashed by Devin Haney, so you need a get back fight. You need to get back into that rhythm. You don't want to take potentially two bad losses in a row if that was to happen, right? You want to kind of cash out a little bit, get some gate money, get some interest going in, look good, go into Matias or whoever you're gonna fight next with a bigger name to negotiate with, right? You brought your name back up a little bit, so you have more negotiating power. If you go right into Matias or anybody right now, Pitbull Cruz, you're not gonna have that much, to negotiate with. But you do well at home, or in your hometown, and you look good. You might have a little bit more wiggle room. Now, here's the second clip. Here's where things get shaky with Mill City. Take a look.
Well, I'm glad that you mentioned Matias too, because we always talked about that being one of those big fights down the line.
Hmm.
You have a name now.
Right.
Matias is looking for that name. You can't really mention a name not recognizable in America besides. I mean, we had that.
Nobody, bro. He ain't got nobody. You can
Okay,
try and think about somebody, but yeah, he don't got nobody, bro. He don't got no names, he don't got no resume. You know, everybody's saying he the boogeyman. I just don't feel it. I don't see it. I don't see him being a boogeyman or nothing like that because he's not beating any, like
when doing an interview with him, not even mentioning your name, he mentioned your name. Did you see the call out?
of course I saw it.
A
I want the
title
fight,
shot.
bro. Listen. I want the fight. I think I did an interview last week. I tell people I want the fight. I want the Matias fight. I do want that fight. I want to be a champion again. I want that fight. The only thing I don't like about, I'm not gonna lie, I don't like the IBF rules with that weight shit. That's the only thing I don't like about that. I don't really dig that thing. But at the same time, when it get around, then we'll see. But yeah, I don't really feel that 10-pound weight thing. I don't really dig that. But at the same time, yeah, I want that fight.
Now listen, you heard it there, right? You heard. So here's the thing. SubrielMatias is the IBF champions. The IBF, I think, is doing something really good for boxing. You can't come up 10 pounds more on fight night. You just can't. So if you're 140, you got to be at 150, right? You can't come 165. You would think that if Subriel is the bigger guy going up against Prograis, that Prograis will be the actual guy all for that rehydration clause. Why? Because when he fought Devin Haney, he was about 155, 152, something I think it reported in that range. Was Prograis not of the fight? Whereas Devin Haney was 165. And most people that saw it, a lot of famous pundits saw it, they said, well, that was clearly the case, and that's why he was clearly dominated, because he was clearly the smaller man. Devin Haney, well, I think he's more skillful. Don't get upset at me. What I'm saying is he's more skillful than Matias. He doesn't punch as hard. That's obvious and evident. You would think that Prograis going into a potential fight with Matias will want him as closer to the weight contracted and in the division than weighing in 160, 165. Because if Prograis is going to, again, weigh in 155 fight night, 154, 152, around there, Subriel, I think he's slightly taller, if not the same size. He's a little wider, though. Puts on weight different. He could come in 160. Why would you not want to keep him at a lower weight? Why wouldn't you, right? It only benefits you, a thinner, potentially smaller guy who probably doesn't punch as hard as Matias. Whether you believe that he has anybody on his resume or not, he can obviously crack. So why wouldn't you want him on a more even playing field? And this is where everybody's been telling me, it's starting to fall a little bit more into place. All of a sudden, the IBF rules is something, I'm not digging that. I didn't hear that any other time. All of a sudden, now it has a problem. And he keeps saying, but, if that fight comes, what he's really saying is, I've thought about it. I wouldn't mind the fight. Oh, but since there's that rehydration clause, you know what? If I can get a fight with Pitbull Cruz, that's a better fight for me. Or if I, even a WC shot, that's a better fight for me. Ryan Garcia is a better fight for me. Like, think about that. Ryan Garcia can crack. He has a lightning, fast left hook. Destroyed Devin Haney, who destroyed Regis Prograis, but he's probably more willing to fight Ryan Garcia than SUBRIEL MATIAS. You would think that's a perfect fight. They're both on Matchroom. You would think that if Subriel is the least technically sound guy, you would jump at the bit to get to him. But you'd rather go across the street or try to do that because of the rehydration clause. That don't look good, my guy. That doesn't sound good, doesn't look good, doesn't bode well for you as a former champ looking to redeem yourself. It just doesn't look good. And I'm starting to believe now a little bit of what people have been telling me, the murmurs about what's happening with Subriel Matias. So let's see what it does with Liam Paro, just like he said in one of the interviews. But I'm starting to think that guys are starting to believe that he is truly the boogeyman and don't want to get in there with him with any advantages or even disadvantages. They just rather not deal with it. But if they want to become undisputed, they're going to eventually have to. So I don't know how they're going to do that. Maybe they wait him out because Subriel's a little older. So maybe they want him to slow down a little bit. But man, that's not a good look for Prograis trying to rebuild his brand, just didn't sound or look good. But anyway, let me know in your comments down below. Do you really think that what I'm saying, or what everybody's been telling me, is true? That he is the true boogeyman, and that the former boogeyman recognizes that and doesn't want any part of it? Let me know in the comments down below. Please like and subscribe. Thank you for bringing me to 1,000 subscribers. It means the world to me. I never thought I'd be here. I just said I'd maybe just turn on this camera and just start talking about boxing because I really like it and I'm back into it. But anyway, let me know in the comments below. See you in the next one, and I'm out. Peace.